Hi there, my name's Chris Kilby. I'm a pastor in a pergola, and here is today's bite-sized Bible from 1 Timothy chapter 5 verses 17 and 18. And I want to speak to you today about appreciating leaders. You see, Paul's moving in his letter from giving Timothy instructions about the older widows and the younger widows, and he turns it back to elders and leaders in the church that he was speaking about in previous chapters, those who oversee and lead the church, and how we can particularly appreciate them. Let me read to you what he says in verses 17 and 18. It says this: "The elders who direct the affairs of the church well are worthy of double honour, especially those whose work is preaching and teaching. For the scripture says, 'Do not muzzle the ox while it's treading out the grain, and the worker deserves his wages.'" So leaders in the church, it's not very flattering, but they're likened to oxen and workers. And the reality is leadership is hard work. And what Paul gives us here is a little bit of a model for how a church community can appreciate the hard work and effort that its leaders put in. You see, one of the downsides of leadership is the amount of discouragement that can come your way. I know, I've experienced it. So Paul gives us a way of, as church communities, to counterbalance those discouragements with some genuine encouragement for our leaders. And Paul speaks about this double honour. Now, some people have misread this and mistaught it in the past, saying, okay, so that means pastors and teachers deserve double the wages that everybody else gets. That is not what it means. Okay, leaders should not be lovers of money. We've already read that. But it gives us two areas where we can encourage our leaders. One is pastoral and one is practical. Pastorally, we can honour them. That means we respect them. We'll follow their lead. We'll make their work a joy. We'll pray for them. We'll encourage them verbally. Maybe we will drop off some gifts on their doorstep, or send them a little message that encourages them and builds them up and thanks them for their hard work. That's something all of us could do to appreciate our leaders. So there's the practical things that we can do. But there's also, the pastoral things, but there's also the practical things that we can do. And this is where it does come down to finance, because Paul's very clear. He says the worker deserves his wages. So he's saying it's appropriate that pastors, leaders and teachers should be paid an appropriate amount so that they can live not in a poverty kind of mentality where they've got to scrub around for a new pair of shoes, nor with that ridiculous extravagance that some worldly and unbiblical leaders seem to live with. There's a happy medium where we're not muzzled as leaders, where we've got enough to be able to live a normal life, to be able to live in our own homes and raise our own families without the kind of extravagance that we sometimes see demonstrated in some quarters. So I want to encourage you to encourage your leaders. Honour them, respect them, follow them, but also make sure they're doing okay financially and they're rewarded for the hard work they put in. So you be an encourager to them today. Appreciate your elders. My name is Chris Kilby. I'm a pastor in a pergola, and that was today's bite-sized Bible from 1 Timothy chapter 5 verses 17 and 18. And I shall see you next time.